Well, people, are we ready to strap ourselves into this roller coaster ride? Because if the season 1 finale is any indication of, how explosive and not quite might be literal for this episode, we'll just wait and see. But if the season 1 finale is anything to go by, and if season 2 has been a good indication of progression from what season 1 had already laid out, it's going to kick off. I think that's quite the understatement as we get into the final episode of season 2 for Once Upon a Time. Hello, everyone. Liam Caddison here. This season has been pretty impressive. Like I said, it's been a good progression from what season 1 has established, and I'm excited to see what happens in season 3, but I'm also very excited and nervous to see what is going to happen in this final episode, because everything is at stake, and that is literal, as Greg, Tamara, they have their hands on the trigger. They could blow up Storybrooke off the map, and with it, the many residents in that town, as well as magic, as they have indicated that other areas have had their fair share of magic being completely written off the map. And I have a feeling we're going to be seeing enemies become allies in this episode, especially when Rumpel finds out what's happened to his son, especially at the hands of Tamara. Like I said, though, in the last episode, I don't believe they would have opened a portal if that was going to be Neil's final outing. They could have just had Tamara shot him, he dies out right there and then there we go. So I believe we will be seeing Neil again in some capacity, but we'll just have to wait and see. But especially with the torture that Regina endured in the last episode, and like I said, once Rumpel finds out about what's happened to his son, there's going to be some unlikely alliances probably being forged. So I'm really excited to see what happens. Hopefully Greg and Tamara get their butts whooped. I'm really excited to see how we do conclude what has been a fantastic season, and I'm hoping that season 3 does raise the bar from what season 2 has done, because I feel like season 1 was really incredible and season 2 has capitalized on that. So let's keep this train rolling. But first, we must say goodbye to season 2, and hopefully not Storybrooke, as we get into the final episode of Once Upon a Time, season 2. Let's go.
Balefire.
Oh, we are having war flashbacks here. Well, there is resentment for his father.
It's not for you.
Oh. Rumpel, just stop. Just stop. You hurt Henry and you're gonna be answering to people.
What are you doing here? Hurt so badly he fell through. He's gone.
Well, this is it. He's going to be having deja vu and...
He wasn't supposed to die.
Henry. Oh my goodness.
Greg and Tamara, they stopped them?
They didn't kill my son.
Don't...
I did.
Oh.
I brought magic to this world to find Bay. And now he's dead.
Oh, he's backtracking to him.
Magic always has a price, and this is it.
Oh, no. Greg, Tamara, please just fall into a volcano. I'm done with your shit.
I'm not gonna let it. You did this, now make it stop.
I can't. There's no way.
Well, figure it out. It's your fault.
Stop! I already lost my dad.
This,
I don't want to
yeah,
lose
we don't need any kind of arguments at
together.
this
From the mouths of
time.
babes, I'd say the lad has a point.
Ooh, nice hook. Hey, get it?
Before I use something else other than my fist.
I think
I tried to be the person that you wanted me to be, and I failed. But I won't.
She's speaking
let
from
you
the
be
heart
alone.
there.
You just know that I love you. I
love you too.
You know what he does to people who lie to him?
No.
So is there not much of a history between Pan and Hook at the minute?
It does. He rips your shadow right from your body.
Okay, don't need to be creepy about it.
So she found a solution to the memory problem today.
That could come in handy against Belle.
Die? Who's dying?
She's been working on it all along. Then when she had to transform August back to Pinocchio, she found the ingredient she needed. A hair from Pinocchio's head. Someone who returned to who he should be, someone who wasn't cursed.
So you're gonna wake your friend up
It's a nice
to
camera.
tell him he's about to die.
I don't want that.
Shut it, Clark. He wants to know
Hey
who
Sleepy,
he is and
welcome
his
back, you're
family
gonna die.
Last night to avoid capture.
He abandoned you?
Aye. That he did.
Oh my goodness.
If
I
I
believe
tell you
he's being
something, will you
sincere.
promise not to tell the crew? They might become frightened. My father. The reason why I don't speak of him is because he's the Dark One. He once was a man, but when I got drafted,
Brand
to the
new
Old
information.
he wanted to protect me.
Oh no, you tripped. Now let's get her. Let's shoot her. Shoot her. Oh, oh, oh no.
No, come on. We got what we need.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness.
What are you doing? I've got the beans. Not all of them.
I snagged one.
Good on Hook. Good on Hook.
Everyone looks at me as the evil queen, including my son.
He doesn't want that though, truly.
Let me die as Regina.
Oh my goodness, don't. He already lost someone, he can get someone back.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't want to wake you up to die.
Oh.
But I needed you. I failed.
Oh. Is this gonna be another bad day to be wearing makeup? I might be.
Yeah.
You okay?
It's Grace. It's fine.
I don't want him to grow up the way I did.
I gotta send that through.
Fail. We use that bean now. We can get away for sure. We will survive.
But it's wrong. Emma, I killed her mother.
You did that to Cora because you had to.
I did it because it was easy. It was a mistake.
And this is the
There were
easy,
other paths.
like,
Harder paths.
leap of
And
faith.
I wish I had taken them. So please.
Quite
Sometimes the greatest achievements requires the biggest risk.
Why are you really doing this?
That kid just lost his father today. I'm not letting him lose a mother too.
Exactly,
His father.
exactly.
He was Henry's father.
Yeah.
Bellfire.
You used me. You wanted to kill my father.
Yes,
Because he killed
I did.
You tore
the
apart
person
my
he
family.
loved.
As sure as if you ripped her heart out yourself.
Hey, don't.
Take me back to my real family. The Darlings.
Oh, how he says they are his real family.
It's empty.
You have got to be kidding me. Hook, I love you, but you can be quite the son of a bitch.
You didn't even realize you were just like him.
Ouch, that's a kick in the nuts.
You have the boy. He will be pleased.
This is gonna be very interesting. Oh, well. We'll get to see Pan.
I can't contain this much longer.
Mom. Dad.
Oh my god. Oh my. teamwork. Teamwork. Oh. Oh, oh.
Henry? Emma, what is it?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They took him.
I swear to God. You two can die! Die!
I tried to blow up Cerebral. Henry!
Someone shoot the bastards! Fuck. You fuck you! Wow.
No! You have to follow them. There has to be a way. Not only do we not know where they went, how will we track them?
Leave that to me. I can get us where we need to go.
Well, let's do it.
Let's go. We are going on a journey. We are rescuing this boy from these two cretins who can die.
I'll have to go. He's gone. I didn't even get the chance to say goodbye.
It's not going to risk another one.
Know that the future isn't always what it seems.
Prophecies are tricky little buggers.
I will see you again.
Who is he?
I don't know.
Neil!
Barely, we have to get him help.
Oh! Aurora! Philip! Mulan! What if?
Where is that? Where did
Neverland?
they take Henry?
Neverland, right?
Neverland.
Oh my goodness!
Peter Pan never fails.
What? So, whoa! What the fuck? Whoa! Greg and Tom, they were working for Pan? Yeah, hello. Where's my mouse? Ow. I mean, we kind of had a vibe that Pan was going to be involved in some capacity, but not like this. My sentiments on Pan at the minute is becoming a bit more, more adjusted to, oh, we're excited to see Pan too. Okay, well, this is gonna be great. Because if those two degenerates, I'm gonna call them that because they stole Henry. I'm not letting that slide. As well as the fact that they nearly killed Neil, but it's seemingly like Neil is alive, as I predicted. But he's now in the Enchanted Forest, I believe. So, but yeah, if those two are working for him, then because you'd think it's CIA or whatever, but if they've been after Henry, if the Lost Boys have been after Henry, and they've been working for someone and they kidnapped him, yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. I mean, it's going to be in a similar predicament with Emma and, or this quest to find Henry, should I say, with Emma and co, looking for Henry, and potentially Neil, maybe, with the fact that we've got him in the Enchanted Forest, so with Mulan, Aurora, and Philip. So yeah, so there are similar elements to how we began season 2 coming into season 3, but it will be very interesting, especially with especially with Hook, not Hook, Rumpel, and that kind of reinvigorated compassion, I guess, for Henry, especially with the fact that he almost, offed him in the beginning of this episode. But he had that saying about the fact that even though he feels like Henry's going to be his undoing, he's like, especially with the recent revelation that his son has died, he's his grandson, and there is that heartache, and yeah, this was really emotional. Like, I shouldn't have been wearing makeup today, but guess who's the clown here? So, no, honestly, it was a superb finale. It got me frustrated, especially with Greg and Tamara. I just wish they would die. Honestly, though, like, they've overstayed their welcome, in my opinion, and but it will be very interesting to see their collaboration with Pan, because of the fact that Hook has revealed that well, he said that they are working with someone who is, pretty much a force to be reckoned with potentially. Well, no, Rumpel said that. But Hook will know because of his interactions with Pan. So, and he did. Well, this is it. He did inquire both of them. Inquire both of them on who they are working for, and there is this mystique. Because otherwise they could have just said, "Oh, we work with the CIA" or whatever. But it seemingly indicates that they are working with Pan, who might be a villain, which does track, because if you want to be technical about it, Pan's not exactly the most noblest of characters, even in fairy tale lore. There are certain darker elements regarding his character, so I can see Once Upon a Time putting a much more darker spin on his character, because they do a very, like, look at Rumpel, for example. He is the Beast in the Beauty and the Beast story. They could put a really darker twist into his story anyways, and because there are certain elements to Pan's story in established lore before Once Upon a Time that is very, very skewed, such as making parents really, really worried about the fact that the Darlings get captured. Well, essentially get captured and taken to Neverland, but he brings them to Neverland, and what are the parents going to think? They're going to be putting out missing posters, and there is that ignorance from Pan, and especially I think Pan was responsible for essentially amputating Hook's arm. I mean, obviously not in Once Upon a Time, but like I said, I'm going back to typical fairy tale outings of Peter Pan. Yeah, he's responsible really for amputating Hook's arm. So there are dark elements to Pan's character, really, that people see him as a hero, but there are these very, very skewed areas, if that makes sense. So, and with Once Upon a Time, they can really say, okay, let's turn things up to 11, and let's make him the bane of all existence, potentially. So, especially, I mean, I'm already having very, very judgmental, a judgmental atmosphere with Pan anyways, with the fact that Greg and Tamara are potentially working with him. Because screw those two. Like, they are willing to commit genocide anyways, essentially, to a town and its residents, bar Henry. And, even though it's, I guess, poignant in Greg's case because of the fact that, of what happened in his childhood in the flashback Welcome to Storybrooke, with his father, it still doesn't make it right. So, yeah, and then they just decide, oh, our plan didn't work, let's kidnap Henry. But then again, Pan wanted Henry. So, but it's just so interesting, because I would have thought that they would have, well, it seems like he does get to meet Pan, but maybe. Yeah, he will. Because the Lost Boys said, "Oh, it's lucky for you. You get to live, hey." But that was great seeing the Lost Boys, and in a very terrifying manner as well. It's just so interesting, though, that we could be looking at Hook as the lesser of two evils here. Especially with how we saw him in the flashback with him and Bay interacting, and how there was that father figure approach from Hook. I mean, especially with Mila, and how he actually did love her, and he wanted to get to know Bay, and he spoke from the heart, seemingly, especially when he said we were going to come back to get you at a later point when it was a bit more better for you. It's just very interesting looking at Hook's interactions, and Bay found that drawing of his mother and assumed the worst with Hook, and you could see the guilt, the hurt on his eyes, and you could really see that I think Hook wanted to honor Mila with Bay on board, and you could see the interactions, especially the callback to when Neil said he navigated Hook's ship before. You could see the callback there, and how there was this warmth with Hook. So yeah, and I really like the idea that he did turn around in the end. Even if the town was saved, he still continued to help, because especially because this is it though, with Rumpel and with Hook. It's just so interesting that they've both lost Neil, and they will do anything to honor him so much. With Hook, the fact is he still continues to help out, because that's what Neil would do anyway. So Neil would absolutely give him a lecture if he could. So I just worry that something's going to happen. So when Neil does reunite with everyone, one of them won't be there. One of Rumpel and Hook won't be there, and I don't know, it might be Hook, who knows, because I can see Rumpel sticking around until the very end. Not so sure about Hook, although I hope we do get to keep Hook, because yeah, but I just worry, but we'll just have to wait and see what does happen. But yeah, and I just really thought that Gold's involvement in this episode was really powerful as well, especially when he learnt about losing Neil and just seeing how broken he was, and when he brought Belle back, which was quite sudden than I expected, but as soon as they brought the potion thing, I thought, okay, well, Belle's definitely coming back in this episode in some capacity, but the execution was just brilliant in terms of him breaking down to Belle, and not just that though, but the I guess it kind of symbolic nature of it, because he's lost his son, and if he's going to have the chance to bring Belle back, he's going to do so, because he lost Belle once before, and it's not exactly going to even things out, but it will kind of help numb the pain a bit. But it's still going to be a bit of a bitch to process, isn't it? So this will kind of help things just a little bit, and he'll have his comfort there, and we saw him broke down, and that was really powerful stuff. So yeah, I mean, this episode was full of powerful stuff, like especially when the end seemed nigh and Emma made that mum-dad comment. That was really crushing. As well as Regina's selflessness, and I really loved that, especially with, the call back to the evil queen, and how she was willing to sacrifice herself, because there's always a small, I feel like, especially with Henry, and especially with how times have changed from the episode The Evil Queen in terms of the flashbacks, as well as the fact that we have enemies bonding with allies in order to save this town. There is that little spark, and this is it though, there is that parallel to Snow with that spark of darkness in her heart. With Regina, there's that spark of hope, and she was willing to sacrifice herself in order, like, Henry was the main focus, but she was still willing to sacrifice herself, and it was really nice seeing Emma help out as well, so that was really, really brilliant as well. But the stakes were definitely high in this episode, and I just really thought that this was a really great finale. Tamara and Greg just want to throttle them. I do want to throttle them. Not as much as Cora, though. Cora is still on top of things, but, you know, you would just hope that they would die in this episode in some capacity, and they just disappoint me. So, by saying, yeah, I'm sticking around for Series 3, so... But yeah, I really thought that this was great, especially the closing moments in this episode when we found out that the Lost Boys were after Henry, and that Pan has been requesting him, and the prospect that Tamara and Greg are working for Pan as well. So yeah, but I loved Hook turning his back on the pair of them as well. I mean, there is this survivalist nature, which is fair enough. Just a part of me wished that Hook would stab Tamara first, because she is, you know, the deadliest out of herself and Greg. Because Greg couldn't hold his own ego to save his life, let alone a bloody gun. So Hook would make quick work of Greg. So I just wish he would catch the element of surprise, but then again, Tamara would probably have some kind of foresight in her, or whatever, that plot armor, you know. So yeah, but you know, there was just a small inkling in me saying, when Hook revealed, okay, I'm betraying Greg and Tamara because they're gonna kill me as well, so I don't want that. There's just that small inkling in me that's wishing, okay, let's rewind the moment where you suddenly decide, I don't want to work with these guys anymore, and you just stab Tamara in the front of the neck, like just slice her or whatever. And then Greg's like, oh no, because like I said, he couldn't hold his own ego, let alone something of a weapon, because that guy's straight up a coward. So yeah, I mean, they're both are, but like I said, Tamara's probably the more deadlier one compared to Greg, so yeah. I just think Greg is just a bit of a hopeless prick, to be fair, so yeah. You can see my sentiments regarding them two are very, very clear. Like, especially with the fact that they took Henry, that was like... I think that kind of amplified my aggression towards them tenfold, if anything, because I already was done with their BS anyways, and yeah, they just decided to take Henry, who we all love, who they have no right to, so yeah, but hey-ho. But yeah, I thought this was a really great finale in terms of season 2. Like, in terms of a season that's shone, in my opinion, that has probably been better than season 1. I think this was a really, really great conclusion and sets things up really, really neatly for season 3. So, yeah, this was a really, really brilliant episode. And season 3 is going to be very, very interesting with Peter Pan, with the quest to find Henry. This might be another... I anticipate that this is going to be another 9-episode stint, like... Emma and Snow being stuck in the Enchanted Forest was. But there's also the prospect of Neil as well, because he's got to encounter the group in some capacity, but they're in 2 different worlds, so yeah. It will be very interesting to see what does happen, but yeah, I'm excited to see what season 3 does provide us with, so yeah. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check the videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!